In the silence of space, humanity has built its most fragile lifelines. Satellites orbiting Earth guide planes, ships, and smartphones. Space stations sustain astronauts in delicate ecosystems. Interplanetary missions stretch our reach toward the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Yet as our dependence on orbital infrastructure grows, so does its exposure to cyber threats. The vacuum above may seem distant, but the systems that sustain it are deeply connected to Earth's digital networks. A single breach could ripple across economies, militaries, and civilian life. Satellites are no longer just scientific instruments, they are the beating heart of modern civilization. Navigation systems keep planes in the sky and ships on course. Telecommunications link continents, carrying sensitive data for governments and corporations alike. Even financial markets depend on satellite timing signals to synchronize global transactions. But satellites are attractive targets. Once launched, they are nearly impossible to physically secure, and their ground control systems often rely on outdated software vulnerable to intrusion. A hijacked satellite could silence communications, redirect navigation, or destabilize economies. Space stations raise the stakes further. Unlike satellites, they are inhabited. Cybersecurity here is not just about protecting data, it is about protecting human lives. Life support systems that generate oxygen, recycle water, and regulate temperature are digitally managed. Docking maneuvers rely on precise automated systems. A malicious intrusion could cause collisions, strand crews, or endanger astronauts. Even false alarms or manipulated communications could sow panic, undermining mission success. As private companies expand human presence in orbit, each new module, sensor, or communication link becomes another potential vulnerability. Beyond Earth, interplanetary missions represent humanity's boldest steps, and its most fragile ambitions. Mars rovers, lunar bases, and deep space probes are vulnerable to sabotage. Hackers could disable or misdirect robotic explorers, wasting billions in investment. Future colonies will depend on Earth-based logistics, and cyber attacks on launch schedules or cargo manifests could starve missions. Geopolitical rivals may use cyber attacks as tools of intimidation, escalating tensions beyond Earth. A hacked Mars mission could delay human settlement for decades. These dangers are not hypothetical. Hackers have already disrupted NASA computers, interfered with US satellites, and deployed GPS jamming in military conflicts. Each incident foreshadows a future where cyber warfare extends beyond Earth's atmosphere. Defenses are possible, but they demand innovation and cooperation. Stronger encryption and authentication can protect satellite controls. Redundancy and fail-safes can keep missions operational during attacks. International treaties may be required, just as nuclear weapons are regulated. AI-driven monitoring can detect anomalies across vast satellite networks in real time. Space is humanity's next frontier, but it is also the next battlefield. Satellites, space stations, and interplanetary missions embody our greatest achievements, and our greatest vulnerabilities. Cybersecurity in space is not a distant concern. It is a present necessity. If orbital infrastructure is hacked, the consequences will cascade across Earth and beyond. The challenge is clear: to secure the heavens before they become the next theater of digital war.